who was once dubbed as a Japanese man with a Filipino heart, Representative John Mizuno.
Good evening, magandang gabi, good evening and aloha. Yes, kaunti lang, I know a few words in Tagalog. Mahirap ako. To the Alliance of Residential Care Administrators, congratulations. Truly an honor to be here. I wanted to kindly thank my colleagues who have been steadfast in supporting all of you. Representative Henry Aquino, Representative Romy Cachola, Senators Will Espero and Senator Clarence Nishihara. How about a hand for them? Thank you. I would be remiss if I did not recognize your president, Wynette Gaylord. Wynette, why don't you stand and can we recognize your president? Thank you. I'd also be remiss if I didn't recognize a good old friend who worked with me when I was a staffer. This was, I think, 16 years ago. Brings back fond memories of us working in the offices in the back door and working in Sonson's office before we went to conference to finalize the bill. That would be none other than our good friend Ron Gallegos. Can we please stand? Can we recognize Ron? Thank you, caregivers. Finally, this will be my last request to recognize all of you. At this time, the caregivers, care home operators, your family members that help pitch in, case managers, at this time, can you please stand and can we recognize all of you for all your hard work? Please stand. Don't be shy, please stand. Members, when we talk about caregivers, think of it this way. The fate of human dignity are in your hands. You care for our kapuna and our disabled. You help to bathe them, clean them, feed them, take them to their doctor appointments, and truly they become part of your family. There's no dispute that when they live in community care homes, their longevity is increased substantially compared to an institution. I want to thank you for all that you do. As I was thinking about this speech, I'm going to ask for your kind indulgence. I'm going to kind of bring it up out like a story. So I'm going to kind of ask for your kind indulgence as I give this speech, but it's kind of like a story. And I'll explain, you'll get the understanding of the reason why at the end of the story. In March 2017, it was the most difficult time at the legislature, and for all of you, What was happening was we were seeing an exodus of licensed care home operators. There were revoking their license, turning it in, their certification, and they're going to be illegal care homes, unlicensed care homes. In the midst of it, I felt helpless. And in all honesty, I prayed. I prayed to God. As you know, I'm a Christian. I'm not always right. However, I prayed. I prayed for wisdom. I prayed for help. How could we not have House Bill 833 to stop these illegal care homes passed? How could we not have House Bill 1510, the omnibus bill for caregivers, not passed? These are people that are salt of the earth, caring for our elderly and our disabled. God, if there's anyone that represents your Son, Jesus Christ, these are our caregivers. And I prayed, and I went through a very tough time back in March of 2017. I'm going to read an article, just the parts, just a small part of the article in Civil Beat. This is the title. Illegal care homes are a growing problem in Hawaii. This was on March 22nd, 2017. The story was done by Nathan Eagle. Just read a couple of sentences from that story. And this is my quote. I would have to say 10% of that industry, I'm talking about the caregiver industry, is now illegally run. Mizuno said, it's a consumer protection issue. The story goes on and has another quote, and it provides my statement. This is an issue that has percolated to the top of the minds of the caregivers. I go on to say, you're getting a cottage industry now that is not being regulated. True to our word, we see that more than 10% of your industry is now unlicensed and illegal. And back then, I think as I talk about this in the story, you probably understand why I was praying to God and asking for help. I was a vice speaker back then, and I couldn't do a thing. And I never told my wife we're so close. I usually tell her everything. I was hurt inside. Again, of people that are doing work worthy of Jesus, helping for our kupuna and our disabled. Lord, how come we can't help them? Brings me back to the story of Job, when he lost his family, and he's having a dialogue with the Lord. Well, we understand how difficult it is, and with all of you working so hard, diligently, being licensed, being legitimate, paying liability insurance, following the rules. It's not fair. It's just not fair that you're undercut by illegal care homes, making a ton of money. And I continue to pray. There was a leadership takeover, and I lost my vice speaker position. And I was very nervous and scared, and I talked to my wife about this. I lost my identity. Again, sometimes God doesn't give us our answer at the moment. Maybe not even a week, maybe not even a month later. But the Lord will always answer you. If not on earth, in heaven, you will always get an answer. So back in March of 2017, when I was praying and my heart was hurt for all of you, the Lord worked in incredible ways. He did something that I could not have foreseen ever. It's the first time in the Hawaii State Legislature for the House of Representatives that they combined the Committee on Health with the Committee on Human Services to form the Health and Human Services Committee. And many of you know a lot of our bills go through those two committees, so a lot of times we get a logjam. One committee would pass it, the other one wouldn't. We knew that. So in answering my prayer, and again in all modesty and only by the grace of God, I think the Lord had an answer. I think this was his answer. Back in March of 2017, when I was just devastated and I couldn't talk about it, and my heart hurt for all of you, the Lord answered. And it's a tribute to you, not to me, that he gave us the Committee on Health and Human Services to combine them for a most powerful and worthy cause. This is 2018. This is a year when the care home industry stood up together, united. This is the first time in my career as a staffer or a lawmaker that I've ever seen the unity of the caregivers. Let's go through all of you. We've got ARCHs, E-ARCHs, Developmental Disability DD-DOMs, the Adult Foster Care, Adult Daycare Centers, CCFHs, and other long-term healthcare industries, and the case managers. All of you are not fighting. You are all on the same page. I've never seen this before. You're united for a just cause, all of you. This is amazing for me to sit back and see this. It's historic, it's epic, it's unbelievable. This is a very special moment. You represent over 2,000 community caregiver care homes statewide. You care for over 13,000 kapuna and disabled. You're a very powerful industry. I'm going to now go fast forward to 2018. January 26, 2018, in the Star Advertiser, an article came out, and I think it'll touch your heart. Here's the title: State Fines Former Elderly Care Provider $325,000. This is what was stated in that article, and I'm just going to read a couple sentences. In what is believed to be the first case of its kind, the Department of Health has fined a former operator of an unlicensed care home $325,000. The fine comes as the health department pushes a bill, this is your bill, pushes a bill at the legislature that will give regulators broader powers to crack down on such facilities, such illegal facilities. I won't mention the person's name, but it is in that article, and again, Star Advertiser. It was on January 26, 2018. So we've come a long way from last year of March 2017. Present day, we've got your bill, House Bill 1911, House Draft 2, set for a hearing. Very historic. You've got 2 more committees to clear. This is your bill. It's set for a hearing on March 15, 2018, before the Consumer Protection and Health Senate Committee. This will be held at 9:30 a.m., conference room 229, State Capitol. Again, it's set for March 15, 2018. I bring this up for a very important reason. Family and caregivers, if we go back to 1 year ago, it was just March 22nd, 2017, in that Civil Beat article that talked about illegal care homes and how helpless I felt, and I think how helpless you felt, that we couldn't do anything with this illegal industry while you guys continue to be legitimate and licensed and play by the rules. Fast forward 1 year, almost to the day, a few days before, and now we have your bill. It's a historic bill, House Bill 1911. We're on the brink of passing this. It's epic. We've got 2 more committees to clear, folks, and this goes in the conference. So if you cannot be there, I've seen so many of you come in person. If you can't be there, please email your testimony in. Again, you know when the time is, and I'll Facebook it again. And if you have any questions, give me a holler. Members, I'm so honored. This is not my bill, or Representative Aquino or Pichoto's bill, or Senator Sparrow or Ishihara's bill. This is really your bill. This is what you asked for, and you wrote this bill. This is your bill. No longer will the state of Hawaii disrespect you or not recognize your kind work. Many of you have been doing this for 20 to 30 years, decades. 1911 is the most important piece of legislation for the caregiver industry that we ever have before us. And we're getting this close to passing it. I humbly ask that you continue to support this bill. We're 2 committees away from this going to conference. And in April, the last week of April, we will determine if we can pass this bill. I have to assume the governor will sign this into law, being that it covers over 2,000 of you, of the caregivers, and over 13,000 kapuna and disabled. So I wanted to thank all of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your journey. I'm so humbled by what all of you do, and I'm inspired. God bless you all. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. God bless.